Being a photographer isn't always about having the most flash equipment, the expensive lenses, the expensive cameras. As much as that does help, don't get me wrong, 90% of the amount of clients you're getting, the amount of work that you're getting, and the opportunities that are coming towards you are because of yourself and the quality of work that you provide with the equipment that you have. Today I'm going to walk through the 5 main things that you need to do as a photographer to excel your growth, whether you do photography as a business or as a hobby. Now, number 1 is your personal brand. Now, as a photographer, your personal brand is what matters most, as when people hire you, they're investing in you as a photographer as well as a person. Now, this of course means that you need a USP. What is your unique selling point as a person? So what are your personality traits? What are your skills? What makes you different and what makes you stand out to other photographers and other creatives? Now, this could be that you're really good sociably, so you're good at meeting people and engaging with people. So if you're a wedding photographer, for example, the fact that you can engage with people and the guests at the wedding, always create those really nice, fun moments for the pictures, that could be a good USP. Number 2 is having a plan. Now, this might sound obvious, and a lot of you may think you have a plan, but you don't really have a plan. Now, that might sound confusing. However, what I'm talking about here is having a direct plan in your growth and how you're going to do so. So you might have a plan of, in 2-3 years, I want to be doing Premier League, I'm going to do loads of non-league football, and suddenly I'm going to get a Premier League opportunity. I hate to break it to you, but that's not how it works. You need to have a clear plan, maybe even down to the month, of what you're going to do and what opportunities you think are going to come from this. Now, if your goal is to, let's say, shoot in the Premier League for argument's sake, you're currently shooting at a high level non-league, you need to set a realistic goal of when you want to be shooting Premier League, the things that you need to have to shoot Premier League, whether that be signed with a certain agency, whether that be a certain license, whether that be some sort of connection to get into the club media. You need to have a list of the things that you need to get to be able to get that opportunity. Not just, I'm going to take photos here and then hopefully in 6 months I'll be shooting Premier League, because that's not going to work. You need to have a direct plan of how you're going to get these things step by step, and you also need to stick with it. You can't make the plan and then in a couple months' time stop doing the things on your plan and then come back in a year and you haven't done half the things you need to and you're stuck at square one. Number 3, build that network. Opportunities come from having a big network of people who are like-minded and willing to help you. Now, it's all good having a big network of loads and loads of big photographers who have made it big time, but if they're all noobs and they're not going to give you the opportunities, then there's no point having them in your network. Now, I'm not saying to cut those people off just because you don't have anything to gain from them. Obviously, that's just not a good human trait in general, but also it could tarnish your name in the future. Keep these people in your network, but you don't need to be focusing on them. You need to be focusing on the people who are maybe a couple of steps ahead of you and are willing to help you out, answer any questions, chuck any opportunities your way that they may not be able to cover, as those are the people that are going to help you progress in your photography. Number 4, saying yes. Now, this is a phrase you hear all the time in the photography community. People always say just say yes to every single opportunity you get, no matter what. Now, as much as this is amazing when you're first starting and you have a £50 camera, once you have some relative experience and you have a portfolio, saying yes to every single opportunity isn't always a good thing. Now, of course, there's a line you need to set, and this is personal to you. However, don't let people take advantage of you with paying you in exposure, for example, not paying you for your work. If your work's good enough, then you should be getting paid for it. And if they can't appreciate that, then unfortunately, there's sometimes you're going to have to say no to opportunities. Obviously, if it's a big opportunity that's going to give you that exposure, take it. But if you're running yourself into the ground, doing loads of free work, getting paid in exposure, but not really getting anything from it, you're going to hit a creative block, you're going to get burnt out, and then you're going to take a big long break and regret all of those events that you've done for free. I just want to make it really clear, I'm not saying say no to any opportunity that's for free. Obviously, there are some opportunities where getting paid in exposure will help you long term, but you just really need to think about it before you say yes to this event. How much is it really going to help me get in this exposure? Number 5. Now, this is one that I've seen for myself has really helped me with my photography, and that is utilizing social media to the best of your ability. Now, this kind of links in with the personal brand one. However, using social media efficiently and effectively can really help get your name out there and have people aware of who you are and build that trust before you've even communicated with them. Now, of course, you don't need to be there pumping content out 2-3 videos a day. That's not doable for everyone. I completely understand that. However, posting your best bits of work, put some Instagram stories up that may be a bit more relatable and not professional, will help, because that personability online in the creative space is what's going to set you apart from other people. We've already seen it. It's starting to transition to people in the creative space not being as professional online. I mean, obviously there's a line with this, don't go too unprofessional. However, being a robot online, posting your best bits of work and acting like you don't make mistakes is not going to get you anywhere. Because a lot of the time clients like to see that you are a human, you make mistakes and you've learned from them. If you can show that you've learned from that mistake and you're not making it again and again and again, that's going to show that you're improving, evolving, and ultimately becoming a better photographer. Now, I hope that some of that's helped you. They're just a couple of questions that I get quite a lot of the time, so I thought I'd just make a longer video on it. If you don't follow me elsewhere, my Instagram and TikTok will be in the link in the description. Make sure to go drop me a follow for other tips, etc., and pop me a message if you've got any other questions.